Buenos Aires, Argentina. How do I know? Well, I don't, to be honest. But I don't think it's Swindon. Now, you're just going to have to trust me. It's Buenos Aires, and this week, 20 more ambitious hopefuls, including a dodgeball coach, a potholer and a professional wrestler, have come here in search of glory, stake, and that £10,000 prize. 19 may as well turn around now and fly back home, because only one can win. Let the destruction begin. Welcome to a very special Total Wipeout, because tonight, it's the Britain edition. Yep, every single one of tonight's competitors hails from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. How does that differ from normal? Well, it doesn't. It's precisely the same. So I really rather regret asking that question. Yeah, let's just move on. Before anyone notices, and see what tonight's Britons will be battling. The Qualifier, a GCSE in Grazes. Crash Mountain, A-level awkward. Back for the first time this series, the Dreadmill, degree level difficult. And the Wipeout Zone, a PhD in pain. So now the scene is set, the fun can begin. What can I say about my co-host Amanda Byram that hasn't already been said? She's a 40-foot-tall German bobsleigh champion. That's never been said. And here she is with today's first competitor. So, who is first to tackle the mighty qualifier today? It's 29-year-old fitness fanatic Jenny from Sheffield. And she's in the army.
What's the toughest thing you've done in order to prepare for Total Wipeout?
We run like 5 to 9 miles, run with the squadron, and I am the only girl in the squadron who runs with them, so...
Really? So you're one chick and how many men?
About 140, something like that.
What's that like?
It's all right for me. I might be a girl in the army, but I'm going to hot 1, 2, 3, hot 1, 2, 3, right to the finish.
Okay, we'll be watching. Stand by for the first obstacle. It's the second outing for the Super Walk of Shame. Imagine a walk of shame, but put the word super in front of it. That's what we've got here. So, straight into combat. Jenny needs a proper plan of attack. I'm sure she knows some of those poles are wobbly. No, she didn't. Yeah, that's the sort of intelligence she could have done with hearing back before she started. She almost made it, but on Total Wipeout, almost means no chance. Second set now. Will Jenny fare better or worse? That's worse. That is worse. Being in the army, Jenny must have a certain level of fitness, something which most Total Wipeout contestants lack entirely. Making good progress past the gloves. No, not that one, though. That one got her. Being in the army, of course, she is no stranger to obstacle courses, though there are no stranger obstacle courses than this one. Right, there's a parade of red balls coming her way. And it's easy to forget. The Motivator, a ginormous red mallet. It's not really that scary, is it? It's supposed to push the slow ones off the edge, but frankly, it's only worked twice. So it's either stuck, broken, or the contestants are too good. Hang on, they're not all, like, really good contestants today, are they?
No.
Oh, good. Here comes G.I. Jenny. There you go. See, too quick for the Motivator, but oh dear. Jenny getting into position now for a brand new obstacle. Legend has it that King Eduardo I promised a cow to any settler who could master these, the Rings of Fire. Failure would bring shame on a family and mean a life without mince. Lovingly recreated by one of King Eduardo's descendants, Eduardo, they're harder than ever. At least, I hope they are, because we've only got one cow. Jenny now taking her time, but then the army probably make her do this sort of thing before breakfast. She'll be fine. First contestant's on a new obstacle. It's... Oh. That's really not fine at all, is it? Let's just see that again. Grab, swing, lunge, miss, spin, and drop. Still, Jenny makes it to the finish line and can stand at ease with a respectable time of 3 minutes and 1 second.
I'm joined now at the top of the course by the lovely Alex from Clitheroe, who spends all his time underground. Are you a mole?
Oh, yes, I am. I spend all my time crawling through things, climbing up things, going underground, just seeing the wonders what's on in the underground world. Just the feeling of exploration is absolutely fantastic.
Great, the very first mole on the show. Next week, Ratty and Badger make an appearance. course, he's a potholer and a mole who does karate. Whatever. No ropes and harnesses for this one, Alex, so do try and stay up. Oh, no! No, he can't help it, can he? A second stab on the stalactites or stalagmites of shame, and again, he feels an urge to go underground. Yeah, we call it gravity. That's a real leg twanger, that one, followed by a 5-star belly flop. Good work. Onto the horizontal climbing wall, the sucker punch. Ooh, that'd be a shock in a dark cave on a Friday night, wouldn't it? But for a mole, he's doing quite well. That strong cave-in grip is working wonders. It was working wonders. Holy moly, Alex getting jittery now. He's not used to going up. That's 15 feet above sea level. Looks like another competitor. Do quick for the motivator. Good effort. The best for a mole, in fact, and he's looking quicker than Jenny so far.
I fell into
The rings of fire sure to be his forte. Strong arms used to dragging him through caves. He's holding on. Just needs to swing now. Oh, no. Holy moly, Alex finally makes the podium in 2 minutes 55. Though he might have been even quicker with a torch on his head.
Oh, talk to me. How was that for you, Alex?
Very, very hard, actually.
Yeah? You were absolutely brilliant, though, because I know that you said just before you did the qualifier that you were going to go hell for leather.
Yeah, that's what I did, even though I fell off every one. Went hell for leather and got up there again.
Next to tackle the qualifier is David, who's head of marketing for a computer games company, whose name rhymes with Suzanne Vega.
Do you think, then, that your job has prepared you for the Wipeout course?
I'll be running, jumping, dodging, everything you do in a video game. Easy.
Yeah, but this is different, David. It's called real life, and it hurts. A cautious approach to the Super Walk of Shame. Oh, and reverse 270. This man's got panache, and probably now an ear infection as well. That water's not good. On to level 3, otherwise known as the balls. Joystick David shows us his special move there, which puts him in the water.
It's like one big game.
Yeah, it was up, down, fire, left, down. Yeah. Always start again. Another life chalked up. David claimed Total Wipeout would be like one big computer game, only this one's got slippery wings dangling above very real water. Oh, it's a good jump. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, those slippery rings again. Turns out to be quite tricky. As David's computer game employer once said, to be this good takes ages. In fact, it takes 2 minutes and 54 seconds. From outer space, it's time to crash back to Earth. This is Mike. He's a professional wrestler and a man-mountain.
I've got a good guy character, bad guy character. When I'm playing a good guy cheering up the fans and stuff, I'm Mike Wilde, and when I want them to boo me, I am hatred.
So your good guy's called?
Mike Wilde.
And your bad guy's called?
Is hatred. I smell like smoke as I have been through fire, and this course is gonna burn.
Yeah, he's joking. Mike smells like smoke because he's been burning wet leaves at the bottom of his garden. Okay. He's off. The first man ever to make that ramp wobble. He's in. But it's all right. He can probably stand up in there. If necessary, drink it all and run out of a dry pool. That's Mike Wilde trying to swim there. Pretty mean doggy paddle, I've got to say.
Swimming, clearly not a wrestler's forte.
Yeah, but the crowd will love it. When he's not Mike Wilde, Mike is a cash allocation clerk for a stationery company in Telford. Fortunately, he never confuses the two roles. Just the 3 steps out of the water, and oh no, he's made that into a new obstacle. They'd have felt that in Bolivia. And now for the 5-inch drop down to the sucker punch. That fire is still burning. A wrestler will breeze through the... Oh, no, he's hit the canvas. Should have spent more time gripping and less time grappling. Just who opens the jam jars in his house, I wonder. In the brown corner, it's wrestler Hatred, and in the other brown corner, it's El Swampo. The mud's got him pinned. We're going to have to start the count. 10, 9, 8. I tell you, he's not going to like this. Hatred's going to hate being humiliated by bog water. The minute he finds out who's dug that pit, there will be hell to pay. Yes. That's it, he's out. He's had it, and he's angry. That's the international sign for whoever dug that pit will have to face the hatred. Right, who's next? Well, my eyes! That's too bright. Who's this and what is she wearing?
No one will miss you wearing that outfit, Sam.
No, exactly,
This is mother of 2, Sam from Hampshire. Now look at that, not often you're mooned by the sun.
Let the sun shine in! I'm here to win!
No, Okay, that's a bit of PWA, positive wipeout attitude. Oh, it didn't work well at all. The sucker punch now for Sunshine Sam, and she's still smiling in the face of adversity. And adversity returns the favour with a punch to the smile. But as day follows night, the sun rises again. I only hope the forecast is bright. She needs to get a move on. Come on.
Flying squirrel.
Yeah. Oh, the motivator! She took too long.
Now, I've seen a lot of flying squirrels in my time. But that didn't look like one of them.
My favourite thing in the whole world is the motivator. Look at that. At last, a perfect strike. Right up the smiley face. There she goes. Motivated. Can we just drop all the sunshine gags now? Please. And the music. No, that's too much. And that one as well. Just whatever.
Sun and the moon all in one.
Look at those clouds. The outlook's not great for Sunshine Sam. Will she succeed where all others have failed before her? Oh, that's about as no as it gets. A lot of falling over, swimming, and then falling over again leaves Sunshine Sam with a rather overcast time of 4 minutes 34. Never mind.
Not so sunny now.
I'm joined now at the top of the qualifier by Nick, who is a dodgeball coach. Nick, dodgeball, that has got to be a pretend sport. You're just making this up, aren't you?
No, it's as real as it comes. We're proper athletes.
So he'll be brilliant on Total Wipeout then. Just a pity that this week there's no dodgeball.
I'm going to use the 5 Ds of dodge to get around this course. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and maybe a little more dodging.
That's a lot of Ds for one sport, Nick. Here's another 2 for you. Dunk in the drink. Probably followed by dysentery. Oh, no! He's making it across. He's away. Oh! Forgot to dodge at the last moment. Still a great performance from the dodgeball playing Milton Keynesian. Keynesian? I don't know, is that right? Well, he's from Milton Keynes. On to the only 4 balls in the Southern Hemisphere that you must never, ever dodge. Do this well and Nick could post a very fast time. No! Some more D's in for you, Nick. Hot off the press. D for doink, dive, and damage. But he's recovered well. This is going to be an amazingly quick time. Rings of fire now. Can he do it? Oh, this looks confident. This looks great. Good swing. Oh, missing all of the rings out now and falling in the water. Quick swim to the podium. Dodgy Nick posts a time of 2 minutes and 1 second. That is the fastest time so far today. Time to check the leaderboard. With that storming time, Dodgy Nick stamps his name at the very top, followed by Joystick David and Holy Moly Alex. And no surprise that Mighty Mike is languishing at the bottom with a DNF. Well, with the men dominating the show so far, what would be really great next is a no-nonsense woman to redress the balance. A woman with passion, drive, and the determination to win. I wonder who's next. This is Jackie, a home counties gal. Hardly aggressive, though. Look, she's got bunches. She's a mother of 2, probably got a puppy, lives in a cottage, I imagine.
I might be 46, but I've got what it takes.
Right, that's more like it. Right, so Attacky Jackie, Attacky's the course. Here we go. What's that? Right, yes. What? Right, she's away. Okay. Oh dear.
Clearly that was the wrong choice.
Yeah, did herself no favours there. Time for Jackie to attacky the balls. Here we go, no lingering. Oh, nice dive, but that's about it. She's going to need to get a wriggle on if she wants to put up a fight on Crash Mountain. Onto the rings. Here we go. Oh, more of a surrender than a fight. Aggressive she might be, fast, sadly she isn't. Attacky Jackie will need anger management with a time of 4 minutes 14 seconds. More please, this is Natalie from Essex, who describes herself as a bad loser.
Watch out, boys! The next female champion's coming to get you!
And I shall describe her as Noisy Natalie. And there's also Annette. In what way is she aggressive? Well, basically, she's got a Glaswegian accent. And that's enough.
I'm gonna cheat this course like a man and walk all over it.
There you go. It's the Total Wipeout Hell's Angels. Noisy Natalie is out to give the Walk of Shame a scare. Ooh, oh! It scared someone. That's a nasty face plant. Nice on her way down. Natalie has time to plant a little kiss. Angry Annette on the sucker punch now. Angry Annette off the sucker punch. Annette out to smash the balls. And, oh, no smashing, just splashing. Natalie now prepares herself and fails. Unless she was preparing for a swim, in which case she succeeds. Oh, once again, she moves in for her trademark kiss. Just there. She knows the right moment. Lovely. Annette on the rings now. And, oh, straight in. Give her credit, she did at least brush past 3 of them. How many rings will Natalie touch? Here we go. Oh, 2. That leaves the Hells Angels much closer to heaven. Angry Annette with a respectable 3 minutes 3 seconds, and Noisy Natalie in at a similarly impressive 3 minutes 14. Will it be more of the same from the next competitor? This is Mel. Wow, how'd you do that? Oh, steady now.
I'm an ex-gymnast, competed in 2 Commonwealth Games and just missed out on the Olympics.
And what could be tougher for a world-class athlete than the world-famous Total Wipeout course? Already there's some Olympic rings. There's a winner's podium, and there are some big red round things. Somersault Mel has already had a strong start as she approaches the red balls. There'll be an Olympic sport in 2012, by the way. Keep an eye out now for some gymnastic prowess. Oh! Well, didn't look too gymnastic, but I wonder what the slow-motion camera reveals. You see, it reveals exactly the same thing, just slower. Now, surely the rings of fire are bread and butter for a nearly Olympic athlete. High hopes for this one. Yes, good swing. She's on to ring 2. Oh, back again. Okay, trying that again now. Yeah, on to ring 3, but back to the start. And, oh, and a perfect dismount. Just a long climb upwards to the podium. She'll have to wait to see if she's finally got that bronze that every British athlete deserves. But for now, a very good time of 2 minutes, 41 seconds. Time for a real-life hero. No, not me. I'm in a proper hero. It's Brian, an air-sea rescue chopper pilot.
Total Wipeout is all about balance and speed in my eyes. Do you tick any of those boxes?
I'm a former BMX freestyle world champion.
Huh? Yeah, we'll pretend we didn't hear that, Brian. And Brian's got his mates to drop him off. Cool. They'll be standing by should anything go wrong.
I've been rescuing people for 15 years. I'm not cashing in any favours to be rescued on this course today.
Let's see what the RAF is like on the ground as he heads down to the Super Walk of Shame. Whoa! That is good footwork. Really good footwork. Quickly onto the sucker punch. Edging along. Oh, missing. Dips a foot in the mud. Maybe just checking the temperature, but he's undeterred. This is brave stuff, and he's across. What a hero! Brian sprints towards the big red balls. I'm expecting something good. 1. Kind of 2. Yes, he's on. Yet 3. This is... Oh, yes. It's got all the hallmarks of another failure. Maybe done with an airlift over to that last ball. This is shaping up to be a very fast time, though. Best attempt we've seen so far today. But, oh, same outcome. Nevertheless, Chopper Brian completes the course in the fastest time so far. An amazing 1 minute 48 seconds. Even the fastest competitor so far, Chopper Brian, couldn't manage to defeat the Rings of Fire. But he's not the only person who's been having ring trouble, because so far not one contestant has managed to traverse them. They've defeated a dodgeballer, a potholer, a world-class athlete, even a district supermarket manager, which begs the question, are they impossible? Is this really an obstacle that no one can beat? They're certainly tough, but spare a thought for the ring on the end, ring 16. Never touched, never reached, stuck out there, alone and unloved. Well, from now on, it's going to be different. We need a coordinated attack. This is Operation Bumblebee. Here is Leslie, a copper from Devon. She's used to chasing bad men over rooftops, so she'll make mincemeat of it. And as backup, she has her trusty sidekick, Claire. They don't actually know each other, but she does have a bee on her t-shirt, so she's in. Having limbered up on the Super Walk of Shame, Operation Bumblebee is go, go, go. Let's be having your Leslie is first to the rings. Yeah. Well, there's still hope. I'm not giving up. What about Claire, then? Can she change things on the rings? No, not even close. That's it. I'm shutting down Operation Bumblebee. Sorry about that. Seemed like a good idea at the time, but hey, sometimes even the best laid plans don't make it out of the workshop. My underwear toaster, for example, that was terrible. Moving on, time to check the leaderboard. Chopper Brian needs no rescuing in first place, knocking dodgy Nick down to second, Somersault Mel in third. After Joystick David, Holy Moly Alex makes it to fifth, and Anger Management won't help Annette in seventh. And supporting the bottom of the board, Operation Bumblebee, Buzzy B. Clare.
I'm joined now at the top of the course by John from Liverpool, who is a florist. I'm joking, of course. Because you're a rock and roller, aren't you?
Indeed I am.
Do you kind of like rip your shirt off and show all the girls your rock and roll physique?
I said rock and roll!
Well, he's certainly got his voice turned up to 11. Wow, look at that, the power of rock and roll, destroying the walk of shame like a hotel TV. Yeah! Purple trousers, his PE shorts must have got lost, maybe, I don't know. In transit to Argentina, perhaps. John now warms up for the balls. Check one, check two. Ooh, check Rock God John's not drowning in there. This is set to be a storming time, though, but Rock God John's gig has not finished just yet. Time for one last encore. Wow, Rock God John comes in at 1 minute 47. That is rock and roll.
Yeah, rock and roll!
After that oral assault, it's time for someone a little more dainty. This is geography graduate Gemma from Wolverhampton. Not a bad time up to the sucker punch, and she's straight off. Time for a field study, though. Prop rotation, probably. Big red balls, B+ for effort up that 40% incline. A big bounce, well done. A tummy splat onto ball 2. That's what I call a waterfall. Actually, you may think she made a mistake there, but no, she was actually trying to teach you a little something, because look, from memory, she's created the whole of the African continent. I shall have to knock points off because she seems to have merged the Sahara with the tropical savannah, but no matter, good effort, B-. And GeoGemma secures a place in the top 12 with a time of 3 minutes 8 seconds. Now, there's nothing like a 2-horse race here on Total Wipeout. Here's Sarah, a saddler from Scunthorpe. She repairs tack and makes bridles, and has a horseshoe in her pocket for luck. Caused havoc at airport security, believe me. She's head-to-head with a prancing stallion, Ali from London, who claims to be a hit with the ladies.
Yo, listen up! They don't call me Turkey Stallion for nothing, and for that reason, I'm gonna show you why! Come on!
Yeah, must be that gentlemanly eloquence that makes women go weak at the knees. 33-1 on, he clears the first fence. Oh.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. He fell off, that's why, obviously. Sarah now, and it's a good beginning. Oh, a rubbish middle and a terrible end. Turns out early refusal for Sarah there, but she is already several lengths ahead of the Turkish stallion, so she may have room. The big balls now. She's not spooked at them. That's good. She's going to tackle them. She's jumped. Oh, yeah, that's the water. She can't afford to spend too long in there because Ali will be catching up. Come on, Ali, time to show the fillies what you're made of. Lead and mud. Well, long faces all round in our 2-horse race, and with 2 very slow times. Bad luck.
Why?
Colin's a driving examiner from Redditch. But will he pass the test? You see what I did there? Test, yeah.
I'm going to start this course in overdrive, and I'll let you decide what gear I'm in when I've finished.
Straight out of the test centre, down the walk of shame. First gear, second gear, third gear. Oh, missed a gear. Good strides, but then he makes one minor fault for failing to indicate before falling. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to fail you for that. Good speed onto the sucker punch. He's fast. Makes his move.
Come on, Colin. Forward. Forward a bit.
You're all right, you're all right. Oh, he's through the sucker punch with no faults. That is impressive. Up the hill and... Oh, what's he doing? Oh, emergency stop. Right, holding it well. Now for the hill start. Here we go. Oh, good clutch control. Like it. He's off again. Good bounce on the first ball. Tummy on the second and into the water. I'm afraid, Mr. Hancock, you're not supposed to hit the water during a big ball manoeuvre. Have to keep a note of that, just so as you know. Colin heads for the rings, and for a man who spends most of his day on his bottom, this doesn't bode well. But you never know, maybe he'll surprise us. Ooh, not a bad start. Actually, maybe he really will surprise us. Whoa, this is, for the first time, somebody looks like they can actually do this. That's past halfway now. The only one we've seen manage to get the swing right. Just 5 or so more to the end. This could be a first. He's got further than anyone else on those rings. Come on, Colin. Almost there. Just one more to go. Somebody might finally do it. And that is amazing. Unbelievable stamina and perfect technique. Colin now gets that promised cow. Good luck getting it through Heathrow. Apart from a wonderfully respectable time of 2 minutes 6 seconds, we've finally found our Lord of the Rings, and his name is Colin. This is IT genius Mubarak. He's had some of the country's biggest brains helping him calculate the best route around the course.
The guys that I work with have made some computational simulation of some of the obstacles.
So what's the probability?
95% chance that I will do it in sort of under a minute.
I've got to take my hat off to this man. He is brimming with confidence. I've not seen that done before.
All right, this is for all you IT geeks out there. This one's for you. Plus, we can solve any antiviral issues you may have.
Mubarak's computer will keep us up to date with his 95% chance. Well, he's not that fast down the ramp. Considering his prediction, that is a rather cautious start. That's a very cautious start, in fact. His prediction not looking good, dropping to 75%. He's going for the flat-out approach. Oh, he's starting to wobble, no matter. He's going to stand up, though. No forward progress, just standing. Yeah, that percentage has crashed to 55 now. He's clinging on. Oh, system error. Gone for a swim, he has crashed. Hard reboot required. The chances of Mubarak completing the course in under a minute are minus 193%. He'll need to be quicker to avoid the motivator. Come on. It's lurking. Question, did Mubarak factor the motivator into his calculations? Answer, it doesn't look like it. Brilliant, Mubarak's been well and truly motivated.
Now that's what I call a ram.
I can't believe it, the motivator twice in one show. This is truly a cause for celebration.
Well, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out a warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land.
Mubarak finishes with an impossibly slow 6 minutes and 26 seconds. Or in binary code, that's 1, 0, 0, what? Oh, forget it, I'm exhausted. One competitor still to come.
Join now at the top of the qualifier by Sean from Warsaw, who says he's a bit of a free spirit. So what is it that you do, Sean?
Well, I'm actually a spoken word artist, which means I paint pictures with words.
Oh, go on, paint me a picture with a few words then.
Okay, I have a little something. Okay. Mother Nature is a good cook. She often bakes her favorite cake called life. She has one single ingredient. It's called love. You should try it. It's really good.
That's lovely, Sean.
Oh, it didn't even rhyme.
After this, I'm gonna have to get a lawyer, because Total Wipeout's gonna take me to court after the way I assault this assault course.
Yeah, now, was that another poem, or is the people's poet just overconfident? Oh, well, he's off. Whoa, that is poetry in motion. I can't believe what I've just seen. Did anyone tell him there were gaps between the podiums? That was staggering. My thoughts exactly, Amanda. Oh, that'll teach him for being so good. Onto the sucker punch. Doesn't seem to be troubling Super Sean one bit. The only person who's fallen so far seems to be Amanda. Will he make it in one piece? Oh, no, still a very controlled fall. Even in slow motion, Speedy Sean oozes confidence here. This is a fast time already. Will he be the second man to make it across the rings of fire? Can he finish in the style he started? Oh. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. It looked like he really got a rhythm going there. He just missed that third ring by centimetres. Very unlucky. Super Sean finishes in a simply unbelievable time of 1 minute and 8 seconds. Sean becomes the fastest ever on the qualifier. There's only one word to describe that. Wow!
Wow!
Wow, 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 wow.
Wow, 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 wow!
Enough. Wow.
That was unbelievable!
Well, what can I say, man? You better believe it.
I thought he would have said something more wowie. Well, let's see the final leaderboard. No shock that Speedy Sean, Rock God John and Chopper Brian dominate, followed by Dodgy Nick and Hillstart Colin. You have to get to 8 to find Holy Moly Alex. And Geo Gemma is the unlucky woman to end up between the two Hells Angels. So, some have gone and some more remain. Well, 12. Obviously, the rules quite clearly state that 12 remain. So it's time to wave a cheery goodbye to the 8 losers. Bye-bye, then. Bye-bye. Yeah. No one waving back. It's quite rude, really, but bye. Anyway.
I who have nothing. I who have no one must watch you go dancing by, wrapped in the arms of somebody else, when darling it's I who loves you. I love you. I love you.
This is the biggest machinery arm thing moving around in an unstoppable circle in the obstacle world. It seeks to destroy anyone stupid enough to stand on a stick above a swimming pool. It is, of course, Crash Mountain, and here's how it works. The remaining 12 contestants must race across a rotating bridge. The first 6 to reach the safe haven, that's the middle of it, by the way, qualify for the next round. And did I forget to mention the sweeper arm? Going in the other direction. That makes the whole thing rather difficult and funny. Here are the Brave 12. On podiums 1, 2 and 3, it's Somersault Mel, Dodgy Nick,
I'm gonna use the 6th tier dodgeball. Drown it.
And Speedy Sean.
If the mind can believe it, then reality can conceive it.
That rhymed that time. On 4, 5 and 6, it's Hillstart Colin, Rock God John.
These guys are stuck between the rock and a hard place.
And Chopper Brian. Yeah, man of few words. On 7, 8 and 9 are Angry Annette.
Jenny, you're gonna hop 2, 3, 4 down into that water.
Noisy Natalie. And Holy Moly Alex.
John, you may rock, but I go through rocks all the time, and I'm gonna go through this.
Yeah. And finally, on 10, 11 and 12 are Geo Gemma, Joystick David, and G.I. Jenny.
I should have got on Weakest Link!
12 contestants, only 6 will go through to the Dreadmill.
Here on Total Wipeout, we like to build up our contestants, only to knock them down again. It's Crash Mountain. 3, 2, 1...
It begins, and Dodgy Nick's the first to go for it. Angry Annette has a go. Oh, she'll be livid with that. Holy Moly Alex fluffs it. Somersault Mel is on, ducking the sweeper beam. She's got to get to her feet for it to count. And, oh no, she's gone the wrong way! Speedy Sean quickly off. Timing is key on Crash Mountain, and that's how not to do it. Rock God John just about gets a toe on. G.I. Jenny takes a hike. Hillstart Colin is off too. Will anyone make it to the centre? Not Natalie. No, not Brian either. Speedy Sean's second attempt. Looking better, but he must get up. It's now or never. Oh, guess it's never. Interesting fact, everything on Crash Mountain is quite a lot less padded than it looks. Dodgy Nick takes a flying leap into the water. Dental appointment required when he gets home. Geo Gemma has a go at last. She's up and running. Oh no! She gets 2 hands on the centre but can't quite hold on. Chopper Brian's on and he's up. That was very quick. That is how to conquer Crash Mountain. The hero strikes again. Choose your moment, close your eyes and leg it. G.I. Jenny is on. Oh, now she's off. It's a Crash Mountain battlefield, straight in the path of the rotating beam. Might just be Brian in the next round then. Brian alone. Somersault Mel again. Can she put her gymnastic abilities to good use? That's a no. Oh, and her helmet's come off. Hats off for that performance. Gives you a teeny sense of just how fast the sweeper arm is moving. Her head wasn't still in it or anything, but it came off. It is also perhaps a useful reminder of why Crash Mountain has never appeared in the Olympics or Commonwealth Games. Somersault Mel is back on her podium. The action can start again. Speedy Sean takes a turn, waiting his moment. Oh, quick duck, only just. And he's on. 4 spaces left. Tiredness is setting in as Colin makes his bid for the centre. And he's done it! With a little help from Chopper Brian, he just can't help rescuing people, can he? Angry Annette next. Come on, do the girls proud. It's not exactly a relaxing lie down. Ow! Oh, a relaxing swim. Come on now, Mel, make this count. Timing it. Ooh! And she does make it count. She's there. She's the 4th one in. That makes Chopper Brian, Speedy Sean, He'll Start Colin and Somersault Mel all home and dry. 2 spots left. Will it be Holy Moly Alex, Geo Gemma, Noisy Natalie, Angry Annette, Dodgy Nick, Rock God John, G.I. Jenny or Joystick David? Geo Gemma's very good on soil erosion. Oh, not so hot on Crash Mountain. Manages to hit every part of her body on the way down. That was thorough. Rock God John now. He's rocking on and staying on. He's up on his feet. Oh, he's down again. But he's up again. And he's going for his solo. Grabbed onto the crossbar, but he's made it. He's there. He's safe, but looked like that might have hurt. And again, Chopper Brian does another Mountain Sea rescue.
One more!
Things are getting desperate. By things, I mean Annette. And here's Joystick David. Flat landing, he's up on his feet, he's running, and he's on! That was quick, and that completes the 6. Not that Gemma cares, she just wants another go in the water. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, as in there are 6 winners and 6 losers, and I need to lie down after that. It's a sad moment, a moment of reflection, of sorrow, and of tears. Not a time to mock and scorn. It is time to say goodbye to the 6 losers! Sad, very sad.
Don't know if I've done the British troops proud, but I've done myself proud.
Really hard. There were a couple of different techniques. There was the jump and grab technique, or there was the run really hard, but neither seemed to work for me.
Brian's going to make it through, and maybe Colin. I think he'll be the little sneaky surprise through to the Wipeout Zone.
I could not get onto that pad at the end. I just ran for it, mistimed it, ended up in the water or just slipped off. I didn't even get hit by the bar. I wanted to at least go out spectacularly.
I should have won it if I really wanted to substantiate Dodgeball's claims to fame kind of thing. This time I couldn't dodge the bullet.
At one point, I had a hand on the middle, and then just that sweeper comes around so fast that my little legs can't make it to that middle.
Hooray, that's another 6 gone. So sorry, that's sad, another 6 are gone. But now it's time for the return of an old favourite. Ooh, is it Danger Mouse? No, of course, it's the Dreadmill. Back by unpopular demand for the first time this series, here's how the Dreadmill works. First, the Dreadmill moves. Contestants, beware, it gets faster and faster. Then, hanging above each run-up, a menacing wrecking ball will strike them down. The ball gets lower and lower with every swing. If they're knocked down and don't jump up again quickly enough, they're dumped in the pool of despair. The winner of each heat wins a place in the Wipeout Zone. So that's how the Dreadmill works, when it's working, which is roughly 60% of the time. Let's see how good the 6 remaining competitors are at running fast whilst dodging demolition balls. The names have been drawn at random from a random hat. So, randomly, who's first? Heat 1 is Hill Start Colin versus Somersault Mel.
I hope that wrecking ball knocks Mel for 6, so she doesn't know what's hit her, and I'll just go in there and take the final from her.
I'm the one used to doing somersaults, but today I'm going to see Colin fly off that treadmill and somersault at the end.
1 massive treadmill, 2 massive balls, but there can only be 3 finalists. It's the Dreadmill, and the first 2 to battle it out are Colin and Mel. Are you 2 ready? 3, 2, 1!
It's time to start running. Mel and Colin both looking anxious. That's probably because the wrecking balls are about to start swinging. There they go, look out behind you. Mastering the combination of ducking whilst running is harder than you might think. And remember, those balls get lower and lower. Ooh. And Colin's down, got to get up immediately or he'll be disqualified. Mel watches on, hopefully, but Colin's scrambled up and now he's down again. Come on, Colin, get up quickly, he's up. And down again, I can't keep up. And now Mel's down, but she rolls sideways. Oh, Colin's gone again. Mel's down again. Both of them manage to roll to safety and stay in the game. Mel goes once more, and she can't roll off this time, and that's it, game over. Somersault Mel is eliminated while Hill Start Colin goes through to the Wipeout Zone. I lost count of how many falls happened there, but the one that mattered was Mel slipping into the pool of despair.
That was literally nail-biting. Oh, Colin was down, then he was up, then he was down. You were fine, then you were down, then you were up. So what happened at the very end?
I don't know, really. I thought I was doing really well, and then all of a sudden just kind of lost it and tried to get back on, but obviously it was moving faster, and it was pretty tough.
Heat 2, it's Joystick David versus Rock God John. This is High Tech versus Hi-Fi.
Am I going to get taken out by someone in leather trousers? No way. Sporting Billy here, Mr. Runner. He's going to keep on running until it's over.
Oh.
All right, this isn't a computer game anymore. This is rock and roll. I'm going to show him how it's done. I've got rock and roll across the heart and then going all the way to the Wipeout Zone. Oh, yeah.
3, 2, 1!
Yeah, just as I feared. John's gone for tight rubber trousers. I think they're rubber. I'm not going to check. Surely not the wisest choice of legwear for outrunning giant wrecking balls. Though in his defence, I've not seen a computer game with big black swinging wrecking balls either, so they're both evenly matched. Treadmill speeding up, going faster and faster now, all about keeping your eye on your own wrecking ball, not getting distracted by the other one. Oh! Ooh, that was close, that did look close. John's been hit. Tries to get up, but no, he's into the pool. He's out of the competition. It's all over for Rock God John, which means Joystick David qualifies for the Wipeout Zone. That is rock and roll. John looked like he'd forgotten about the giant wrecking balls for a minute, maybe daydreaming about groupies or smashing up amplifiers. Who'd have thought it? Tight rubber trousers aren't conducive to competitive exercise after all.
I'm not a natural sprinter. It just got a bit too fast for me. What can I say?
I thought your spangly pants were going to save you.
Well, they're filled with water at the moment, so...
The third and final Dreadmill is sure to be a real humdinger. Fastest ever qualifier, Speedy Sean against super fit Chopper Brian.
Even if Superman was here, yeah, I'd find a way to beat him, innit? And Brian's no Clark Kent.
Guy, 15 years younger than me and has put the record time in, so not the best draw, I think, but we'll give it a go.
3, 2, 1!
I don't think Chopper Brian should be worried about Sean being younger than him. It's just whether or not he's faster than him. Let's see. So the wrecking ball starts swinging. Getting faster all the time. Both Sean and Brian are very tall, so this isn't going to be easy. Even harder for poet Sean, as the only thing that rhymes with balls is falls. Looking fairly steady, they're having to duck very low already. On the face of it, both men, super fit, both good runners, pretty equally matched. Sean seems to be struggling the most. His balance is off with every swing. Oh, and Sean is down. Slides to safety, but he needs to get back on the treadmill quickly. An excellent recovery from Sean. The race is back on for that final place in the Wipeout Zone. Only one of these 2 going through. Brian looks comfortable. Sean less so. Little stumble from Sean again, while Brian still remaining very calm. Sean stumbles again, struggling to get back on. Now he's back off the other side. Oh! Ow! Sean looks hurt now. Very hard to get back on a treadmill moving that quickly. Come on, Sean. Attempts to get back on. Another stumble. I think he's hurt again. Speedy Sean needs to get back to his feet if he wants to stay in the game. He's down again. This is unbelievable. Sean, get up and stay up. And there goes the klaxon, which means it's all over for Speedy Sean. Shame that Sean had to go out like that, but he was taking relentless punishment. Having been down so many times, he just couldn't get back to his feet quick enough. Meanwhile, Chopper Brian just kept on motoring, calm, fast and in control.
Oh man, come and talk to me. I'm really sorry, mate. Listen, you went from being the fastest person in the qualifier ever to being out right now because you hit the ground one too many times, I'm afraid, and you just didn't get up fast enough.
I don't know what to say to that. I really don't. I imagine that it's tougher than it actually looks, I guess. That treadmill was really moving at some speed. What can I say, man? You got to take the rough with the smooth, innit?
So Joystick Dave, Hillstart Colin and Chopper Brian are the talented individuals who've qualified for the Wipeout Zone. But they can't just go ahead and do it like that. Oh no, there are all sorts of forms that need filling in and safety checks that someone will have to pretend that they've done. Plus there's that dead pigeon that needs to be fished out of the water filter. That's got to be done. So while all that's happening, here's a reminder of the heroic journey the three heroic heroes have heroically undertaken.
I'm so proud to be right here, right now. It's been just so much tougher than I thought it was going to be.
I had an absolute nightmare. I fell off absolutely everything. So that probably makes me the worst finalist of all time.
If I'm honest, I didn't even expect that I would be here at the final three. There's not a place on the world I'd rather be.
Brian, the mountain rescue man, he climbs Snowdon, he flies helicopters. I've got to beat him in the final. How do you do that?
Brian is such a machine. I would be very overwhelmed if I could even get close to Brian's time.
Colin. He was a legend. He was the only guy to get across those rings. Am I going to allow myself to be beaten by a 45-year-old?
Ginger pride all the way tonight. Hopefully it's going to do me good. I've had 38 years of ridicule for the colour of my hair, so hopefully tonight it's going to do me proud.
My 7-year-old twins, they've already given me advice, and it's managed me to get through to the final. So to win this evening, it really just now sends shivers down my spine.
It's every man for himself.
It's the icing on the cake to be in the final. The cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake is going to be that money.
I'm still playing, and I could win that 10 grand, and that would be lovely.
I can't wait for the challenge. I'm up for it, and I'm ready to go now.
What grit, what determination, what people will do for a £10,000 prize. For Joystick Dave, Hillstart Colin and Chopper Brian, the final challenge awaits. They have no idea what they're about to face, unless by some minuscule chance they've seen either Series 1, Series 2, the first 6 shows of this series, or Hammond's Guide to the Wipeout Zone, available everywhere, priced $19.99. Back to today, and the Wipeout Zone looks like this. David, Colin and Brian are ready for action. Behind them is the Wipeout Zone. Let me read from the script of my best-selling DVD. Killer Surf, the mother of all slides, it says. Rapid Climb, the mother of all tidal wave enhanced climbs, it says. The Balance Beam, the mother of all beams for balancing on. Crazy Sweeper, the mother of all sweepers that are crazy. Tarzan Swing, the loincloth-wearing mother of all swings. Turntable, that's the mother of all turntables. And finally, the clock-stopping button, the daddy of buttons. That's poetry.
3 heroic men, Colin, David and Brian, about to face the greatest challenge of their lives, the Wipeout Zone. And the first to brave it tonight is David.
The 36-year-old computer games marketing whiz has made it to the last level.
Why am I doing this?
Okay, seemingly plagued by doubt, a brave David is off. He lands, and it's a short swim to the rapid climb. Then the ordeal really begins. No one's staying dry tonight. David was 7th in the qualifier, so not a bad placing as he battles a torrent of water up onto the rapid climb. Can he make it to the top before the tidal wave sends him back down to the bottom? He's up and the 10-second countdown begins. Come on, David, you've got to move. Making good progress. Will he beat it? Yes, he has. He's beaten it. David's time looking good as he steps gingerly out onto the balance beam. He was the last to get through on Crash Mountain, so he can't afford to waste time, as perhaps he did back then. Ooh, a little wobble, but he's looking good. Ooh, and he's across. The crazy sweeper's next. It's all in the timing and the legs. David's got at least one of those two things, so he's in with a shout. He's off running and looking strong, and he's onto the podiums in no time. He should comfortably make this. He's gonna do... Oh no! No, the Hammond jinx strikes again.
What happened?
Oh, he said he didn't want to be beaten. He's got it all to do now. It's a swim and then the Tarzan swing next. A good launch and high trajectory are essential here. He reckons he's one of the worst finalists of all time, and who am I to argue? I should stop saying anything. Fatigue must be setting in now as David watches those seconds tick away. Still with just one obstacle to go, this is still looking like a pretty competitive time. We don't know what the others are going to do yet. The turntable will start as soon as he's up and on. He makes his final leap and David finishes in a very respectable 2 minutes 21 seconds. Slower times have won it before now, so Colin and Brian can't afford to take it easy. A very neat run from Joystick David, bar one slip on the sweeper and a splash on the swing. That means he's right in there with a chance of walking away with the £10,000 prize.
I'll tell you what, you had the best start to that course, but you've wavered just at the very end. What happened?
I got onto that last before the rope, got onto the platform and slipped off, which is not the greatest. And then, yeah, it's just getting tired, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, David, you've been really, really confident all day.
Thank you.
And you've just done that in a really confident 2 minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, listen, it's an absolutely fantastic time, and yours is the time to beat. And Colin's up next. Come on, let's have a look.
Sweet.
Well, forget 3-point turns. He'll start Colin's going to need some pretty special manoeuvres to beat David's time. That was a good time. As the oldest competitor tonight, some people may have written Colin off. He doesn't know it yet, but he must complete the Wipeout Zone in less than 2 minutes 21 if he's going to win. That is an uphill struggle. Talking of uphill struggles, can Lord of the Rings Colin become Lord of the Uphill Climb? Not easy. Uh-oh, here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Yeah, that was really close.
By an inch.
Come on, Colin on the balance beam now. Ooh. Wobbles, but supports himself with the wall. This is slowing him up, though. He needs to keep moving. Safely across. He might be an examiner on the road, but Colin, of course, merely a learner when it comes to the crazy sweeper. Who isn't? Dodges its first approach, ducks under the next, and now Colin's running. And crouching again. This is really slowing him down. But here comes his assault on the podiums. Quick, before the sweeper comes back round. Ooh, this is turning into a very good run from Colin. Steady. A nice, neat Tarzan swing, and he's sure to take the lead. As he's on. He's stayed on. Just one jump to the finish now. He's there, just about, and he'll start Colin Motors into the lead with a time of 1 minute 52. Not a single mistake. Much slower than David across the crazy sweeper, but faster across everything else. Really done his twins proud. Time for Amanda to give him the good news.
Colin, my darling, come out and join me. How are you feeling, man?
Absolutely whacked.
Yeah.
Really whacked.
I'm not surprised. That was a fantastic performance from you.
I surprised myself, if I'm honest, Amanda.
David, was absolutely brilliant out here tonight, Colin. But you have mirror signal and manoeuvred your way in with a chance to be the Total Wipeout champion because you were faster than David. David, man, I'm sorry. All right, hard luck. Colin, you know what this means.
Yeah, well...
You had an incredibly impressive time, so yours is now the time to beat. And the last person to go tonight is Brian, and he's pretty good.
If he beats me tonight, he will be a worthy winner.
Well, let's just see how worthy he is.
Can the real-life hero, Chopper Brian, pull it off? Colin must be worried.
Ginger Pride, let's get it done!
The helicopter rescue pilot starts his maiden flight down Killer Surf. Ooh, not the best landing, though. But now Brian faces an entirely unfamiliar kind of ascent. It's the rapid climb. Hauls himself up onto the ramp and the countdown begins. 10 seconds to splashdown. But Brian's outrun the tidal wave. Colin looks worried. This is a quick start. Onto the balance beam now. Brian using the wall there and making quick progress. This is fast. Crazy sweeper. Brian waits for it to pass, then waits some more. Don't go any closer. Oh, he's going backwards. He's down. Oh, he's done the one thing he couldn't afford to do. He's made a mistake.
What did he do that for?
I don't think it was deliberate, Colin. I really don't. Brian gets his measurements a bit wrong and finds himself standing directly in the path of the sweeper. Then it's downhill and backwards from there. After that big delay, it's a climb to the Tarzan swing for Brian. He's got a very big mountain to climb now. Oh, he's handing the lead and the £10,000 to Colin. It's all over for Brian now. And, oh no! It does seem as though he already knows it's not a very good time.
No, this can't be happening.
I'm as amazed as you are, Colin. Brian just gets his coordinates wrong and hits the side of the turntable. Then it's crash land into the water. He leaps to the finish, posts a time of 2 minutes 29, which is respectable, but not enough to win. A promising start by Brian was undone by his premature fall on the crazy sweeper and an off-flight path Tarzan swing. Brian doesn't know how he's done yet, so it's over to Amanda to give him the bad news.
Oh my goodness! Talk to me, Brian. You all right?
Oh, I sort of messed that up. I was trying to time it, and he just got the better of me.
Brian, well, regardless of that, you were absolutely fantastic tonight. You have been the one to beat all day. Colin, been doing this today, for your twins, and you can go home a proud man because you are the Total Wipeout champion tonight, Colin!
And so Colin Hancock, the driving instructor from Redditch, is tonight's Total Wipeout champion. Colin receives that shiny trophy as well as a £10,000 prize. And he'll also be back with Brian and David to compete with the other finalists in the end of series final. Because it's finally here. It's the final. It's not the end, it's just the final. Did I use the word final too many times in that? Okay. The Total Wipeout masters and their apprentices return to Argentina for the mother of all battles. There can be only one champion of champions. Finally, it's the final, and that's final. Oh yes, that promises to be one big slice of action pie. But for now, from Amanda and me, it's good night.